So it does kind of buy you more comfort then, right? Yeah, it does. So don't be telling me money don't buy you no happiness or whatever. That's that most people, pull out of their like either because they can't make more or they're just trying to like make an excuse for themselves or something. Like I don't get that. So guys, it's your boy Jack. You got me cooked up, a little bit faded, a little bit buzzed. I guess we'll just talk about a little something that I find kind of interesting. What's always funny? I always hear the phrase, money doesn't buy happiness, right? And I often think to myself, do these guys understand what they're saying? Saying money, I understand where they're getting at, right? Money doesn't buy happiness, but usually you gotta gauge things, right? I always hear this. This is a phrase I always go back to when doing real estate or even trying to do real estate. Don't ever take advice from someone that hasn't ever done it, because usually your friends, family, parents or whatever, they'll be like, "Oh, I don't think that's a good idea. Are you sure?" or whatever. And then you're like, "Oh," and you take it and you're like, "Oh, maybe I should listen to him." By the end of the day, like Jimmy John's or whatever, like your mom and pops or whatever, they've never done it before, and they're just like scared, and they like pass on that scaredness to you, and you never do it. But then you just end up taking advice from someone that's never done that thing before. You know what I'm saying? So it relates it translates back to the money doesn't buy happiness thing, right? I usually hear that from people that haven't really made a lot of money yet. I'm just being honest here, right? Usually, I'm sure if you get to an exorbitant amount, more than an excessive amount of money is not going to buy you extra happiness, right? But like having enough money to pay your bills, having enough to, take care of any accidents or whatever situation that happens, I think you can equate that to it kind of, sorry, beer burp. Oof. That kind of equates to it kind of buying you happiness, buying you time, right? If you have more time, you have more happiness. You got more time to allocate because you got the money to spend on it. So you have more time to spend with your family or something. I don't know. Isn't that happiness, right? I'm going to take a sip first. And it's always funny. I always think back to a scene in George Lopez too. There was this thing where like George Lopez's kid was like playing with a RC car toy or whatever, and like he broke it. And George Lopez came out and was like, "Yo, man, there's a lot of kids in Africa that ain't even got toys like that." And someone was like, "Yo, but there's also a lot of kids with better toys than me too, right?" So like we can't always be like, it's cool, like we have enough. Like, yes, humble yourself. We do have enough. We live in an abundance. We're in America. Everything's chill. Everything's great, But also don't like make yourself static just by telling yourself, this is enough because people have it way worse than me. Proportion your thoughts, right? And I'll also think thinking scale. Just as much as people don't have as much as you, there's also a lot of people that have more than you. So you know what? By you having the opportunity to be in America, it's selfish for you to squander that opportunity and say, "I have it. This is it. I'm happy with what I got." When those people don't even have the opportunity like you to be grabbing in excess. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's there, just go get it, man. Life isn't fair at the end of the day. All right? Like if you can get it, go get it. By you sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, I got enough, man," that's kind of mocking other people too, dude. Be like, "Yeah, I got all this opportunity. I ain't gonna touch it because I have enough." Nah. And trust, dude, most people that tell you money doesn't buy you happiness, they don't have the credibility to be telling you that. Like legit, they don't have the credibility. If you're not a millionaire or like a 10 million, 100 millionaire, I don't know what credibility you have to be saying money doesn't buy you happiness because you haven't experienced it yet. Did you experience a lot of money to be telling me that? Like if you did, you're like fucking Warren Buffett or some shit. Like yeah, I get it. After a certain excess, you know, probably doesn't. But like, you know, if you're like 5-10 million, I haven't ever heard anybody in that range tell me like, yo, money doesn't really buy you happiness. Most of the time, it's like, yeah, man, buys me a lot of freedom, buys me a lot of time. I get to have nice meals, not worry about bills. You know, I could go to a restaurant, not look at the price on the menu. That's nice. Being able to take out your friends and like, you know, buy them things, gifts, and whatever. Not worry about where your next meal is gonna come from. That's nice, man. That's happiness to me. I mean, we can't always be chasing happiness, but that's a certain level that you cannot achieve if you have to always be stressing about, oh man, do I need food stamps for my next meal? You know, how am I gonna pay my mortgage? How am I gonna pay my rent? You know, if you're stressing about that, there's no room for happiness there. So unless your friends telling you that like money can't buy you happiness and they're living in like some mountain somewhere paying no rent, then like, you know, what the fuck? They're being hypocrites, dude. And a lot of people are, oh dude, living in excess isn't like, you shouldn't be chasing money or whatever. But then you're like, hey, you don't even gauge your own life. Look at your own background. Mommy and daddy funds your whole lifestyle. You and your boyfriend or whatever trying to get a better, bigger apartment. Are you telling me money doesn't buy you happiness? So why you move into a bigger place, spending more money on rent then? So it does kind of buy you more comfort then, right? Yeah, it does. So don't be telling me money don't buy you no happiness or whatever. That's that most people, you know, pull out of their like either because they can't make more or they're just trying to like make an excuse for themselves or something, you know? Like I don't get that. Stop capping yourself. There's excess opportunity. Go grab it. We deserve it. Let's make this money, man. It's your boy Jack. You got me cooked up. See you on the next one. Peace.